I think structuring this film essentially as an eye exam is a really smart and clever way to comment on sort of the central theme of how what we perceive relates to, I guess, the images that our brain constructs out of that stimulus. Um, I really thought that the just the use of sort of the eye portals, the eye holes that we're looking through, they did a really nice job too of creating this really discordant feeling where the way that the two eye holes were moving independently of one another created this really strong sense of sort of unease and really and sort of a discomfort in me. Um, and it did just, I thought, a really, really nice job of illustrating and underlining sort of the difference between what our eyes are seeing and then the images that our brain creates out of that.
In this film, really showing that for the audience and having these um, two visual eyes that we're looking through and having them change in focus and clarity so that you can sort of experience yourself how not being able to see the same out of both eyes or one eye can really change your perception of things and how you view this film and experience this film and how everything else seems off because one thing is off. Um, they did this with audio as well. So we have, at first, the audio is pretty clear, and then the audio levels and clarity of that also changes throughout the film. So you'll be listening fine, and then you'll be straining, and then it'll be coming from the opposite speaker. So that was a really cool way of letting the audience experience it for themselves, what um, is being explained on screen. And the whole explanation about praying mantises as well was really interesting. Um, Facts that I had never heard in my life. So that was cool to hear about that as well. Um, and I also, there's a moment where the eye holes slowly become more praying mantis like and bug like. So I thought that was cool as well to have that in this film because all of these things are not something that you'll experience ever in commercial theater. So seeing this in an experimental film and seeing how film can be experienced so differently was a really great concept.
Interesting that you shot this the way you did is almost like an eye exam. I think that hyperfixation on the eyes and seeing them move separately adds like a lot of discomfort to it and uneasiness, and it also made the pacing of this piece really interesting. Yeah, a really interesting concept. I want to commend you for the editing and the sound mixing of this, making it just like uneasy to watch, I guess but like you're so far into it, it's such a close look that you can't really stop. Yeah, a really impactful piece, a really interesting piece. I haven't seen anything done like this before, so I really want to commend you for that.
Definitely had not seen before was seeing the two separate views from each eye. I've not seen that on a screen in a movie before. The whole thing overall really it had a very science fiction tinge to it. It really almost felt like almost like we're in the world of like a THX 1138 or something where somebody's being given a test and they're giving wrong responses, and that's like being accepted as normal or something. It's almost Orwellian type of a concept.
It's quite a unique and original film. They use this visual effect emulating an optometrist eye test with a computer-generated voice. They have zero understanding between them, the tester and this patient, which is just confusing, but it is totally interesting. Then we find out about the mantis alien, and they do some statements regarding errors in refraction in the human eye and the illusions that some humans experience. They use also footage from various mantis, both in nature and in observation situations. And it is just quite insightful. And I love how they use an innovative way of looking at the world using insects and this marvelous insect, the mantis, and just learning a lot about how human eye works.
This was very interesting, and it did take me on a strange journey. I really liked it at first because you're looking through eyes. It looks like binoculars too. I thought that was a cool visual. And you're looking at these images and it's talking about kind of the mind-body connection and being able to heal your own vision. And I totally believe in that, by the way, while I'm wearing these reading glasses. But I do believe in that. And but then it started talking about alien praying mantises abducting people, and I got a little confused about what the actual message or point was. But this is an experimental short, so they were probably just it was interesting, combining a few different things together. And it's like when you go to the eye doctor and he asks or she asks, is this better 1 or 2, which is more clear, did it get worse or better? So that was interesting. It is very interesting and different. And I remember it said something about seeing with your mind partially, not just your eyes. So that was really interesting to me. Some of it was very informative. So good job on this. It was interesting and creative.